knows a lot about the science stuff. Professor Dave explains.
In the previous tutorial, we covered a large chunk of human history through the lens of the cradles of civilization comprising the Western world. The next cradle of civilization we will look at is the most poorly understood of the five. Like before, we will be moving very fast, skipping and condensing large sections of history, so please visit the World History series if you are more interested in examining these civilizations in greater detail, rather than getting a broader archaeological context. The Indus River Valley civilization in present-day India and Pakistan likely began in much the same way as the Fertile Crescent, with complex hunter-gatherer groups relying on the fertile river valley for food that utilized planting and agriculture more and more. Also called the Harappan civilization, the people of the Indus Valley built cities with the most elaborate public works yet seen in the world. Mohenjo-daro, an archaeological site in Pakistan, is one of these cities. Construction started on the city around 4,600 years ago and is notable for its water management system. It is the first city with large-scale sewage systems and early developments in indoor plumbing. Like the Middle Eastern civilizations, the Indus Valley civilization widely used bronze tools. The reason little is known about this important civilization is due to their script being undeciphered, as well as most Indus Valley urban centers being abandoned by 1600 BCE. Surviving populations then mixed with migrations of steppe Indo-European speakers around 1500 BCE. This left the Indian subcontinent to form a series of Bronze Age kingdoms. This time is called the Vedic period. It was during this time that many early works in the Hindu religion were composed, making it one of the oldest still practiced religions on Earth. While it began in the Bronze Age, the Vedic period continued through much of the Iron Age as well, until 500 BCE. This period ended with the beginning of the Mahajanpadas kingdoms, which consolidated into the Nanda Empire in 345 BCE. Several empires followed this, such as the Maurya Empire and the Kushan Empire. One empire in particular rose above the rest, the Gupta Empire, beginning in 319 CE. It ushered in the Golden Age of India, a time when cities prospered and great advancements were made in math, science, and the humanities. Dissolving in 550, several other empires and kingdoms existed throughout the region, before being consolidated by the Delhi Sultanate in 1206, lasting until 1526. Like the medieval and later ages in Europe, this period and subsequent ones are more often studied by historians than archaeologists, due to the prevalence of written records. But again, archaeologists studying this period certainly exist and provide important context for historians. The last cradle of civilization we will look at in the Old World is the Yellow River and other river valleys in China. The river valleys of China were some of the first places urbanism began, exemplified by sites like Shimao, built around 4200 BP. This site was discovered very recently in 2013, so work on collecting and interpreting material remains here is still ongoing. Chinese civilization has been going on for a long time, so periods in China are broken up by dynasties rather than certain empires or periods. According to Chinese legend, the first dynasty was the Shah dynasty, beginning around 4,000 years ago. Direct evidence of this dynasty is difficult to come by, but there were several large settlements throughout China during this period, so knowing which or if any of these settlements belong to this semi-mythical dynasty is difficult. The first concrete evidence for China's first dynasty is the Shang dynasty. This collection of united kingdoms built the first cities and systems that can confidently be called civilizations by our definition. This dynasty lasted from 1600 to 1046 BCE, utilizing bronze tools and a basal form of Chinese script. After this was the Zhou dynasty, China's longest, reigning from 1046 to 256 BCE. After this, a period called the Warring States broke China up into several competing kingdoms. Uniting the Warring States was Qin, where China got its name. Beginning in 221 BCE, the Qin dynasty marks the first Chinese empire. Examples of the power and craftsmanship of this dynasty are exemplified in archaeological sites, such as the Terracotta Army. It was during this time that several walls of the older dynasties and kingdoms were connected to form the Great Wall of China. The next dynasty, the Han, began in 206 BCE and lasted until 220 CE. This is often seen as the apogee of imperial China. The empire was massive, with a population of over 50 million people. The Great Wall was extensively lengthened during this period. The Silk Road also flourished, a route linking all the major civilization regions we have discussed. After 200 CE, a period of 6 short-lived dynasties marked a period of turbulence, before the Sui dynasty of 589 to 618. After this comes the Tang dynasty, another period of rapid population, economic, mathematic, and scientific growth. It lasted from 618 to 907. The Song dynasty, 960 to 1279, was the last Chinese dynasty before being conquered by the Mongolian Empire. This was the Yuan dynasty of 1279 to 1368. This dynasty was ended by a Chinese rebellion and the founding of the Ming dynasty, which lasted until 1644. Be sure to keep in mind that intensive agriculture and therefore civilization radiated out from these initial cradles of civilization, such as in Japan and Southeast Asia. An important civilization of Southeast Asia was the Khmer Empire of Cambodia. From 802 to 1431, this civilization built incredible city complexes, such as Angkor Wat. With the beginning and development of Old World civilizations now discussed, the stage is almost set for the Old World to meet the New, birthing the modern world of colonization, global economy, politics, and culture. But before we discuss this, let's look at the beginning and development of New World civilizations to contextualize this process.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. Support me on Patreon so I can keep making content. And as always, feel free to email me, ProfessorDaveExplains@gmail.com.